Hey, this is Imaduck here. I'm adding in a little intro here, basically just letting you know some information I found out after this draft. So if you don't want any spoilers for the draft, then just go ahead and skip on about a minute from this point here. Basically, so I talked to my first round opponent after this, and you'll see if you watch the draft, I ended up getting stomped first round. My opponent just had a way better deck than me. You know, I got mana screwed, but really didn't even matter. His deck was just awesome, and mine was pretty middling. But basically found out that he was to the right of me. And you watch carefully and you'll see, so he was also in black-red, and I'm in black-red. And you can kind of see that I got cut in colors, and basically I should have switched out of colors. And you'll see during the draft, I make this comment later on in the draft, just like, yeah, I should have been reading the signals better and switched out of colors, but I didn't. So watch for that in the draft here. And you know that might just be a little more insightful for you, since I'll tell you, go ahead. I lose the first round here, so there's your spoiler. But so go ahead, watch it, and I hope keeping this in mind will kind of give you an idea about the importance of reading signals, and you'll see how I got cut and why I got cut and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Season's greetings. This is Imaduck, drafting for losecards.com. Getting ready to start an Innistrad 8-4 here. While I've got a moment, I guess I can kind of say, after playing some more limited, I've been playing in a lot of Grand Prix trials and other things, and one thing I've definitely decided, also from reading some articles from other players and whatnot, reading articles from LSV and stuff, kind of come up with, it definitely pays to be aggressive in this format. It's all about drafting the aggressive decks. Like, you can draft decent control decks, but whenever you draft a control deck, any round that you're playing against another control deck, you're basically betting that your late game is better than theirs. And often that's just not the case. You can have an opponent who opens 2 or 3 big bombs, and you can just have the wrong conditional removal to deal with their bombs and just get blown out. Whereas if you play a fast aggressive deck, you can kind of just beat their bombs in a race, assuming these are the big slow ones. And also with the aggressive decks, especially playing with werewolves and, other flip cards are so aggressive that, like, if your opponent stumbles at all, if they get mana screwed at all, you can just punish them severely and win free games. And I think that really sets your win percentage over the edge. You can definitely win drafts. I've won drafts with the slow control decks, but I think you almost always want to try to shoot for the aggressive decks in this format. I was also impressed by some of Conley Wood's recent video drafting the mill deck and all that, and I think there are some cool hidden archetypes here. He did pretty well with that mill deck, and probably could have gone all the way if he didn't get, I think he got mana screwed in the last round and all that, but pretty interesting stuff regardless. Alright, anyway, here we are in pack 1, and it's not a super exciting pack, but we definitely do have some picks here. Rooftop Storm, obviously not playable rare, so I think it's between Victim of the Night and Travel Preparations. And honestly, all the other cards there's some decent ones. Sensory Deprivation's not bad. Forbidden Alchemy's fine. But as far as first pick, it's gonna be between Victim and Travel Preparations. It looks like if we take either card in this pack, if we take Travel Prep, we are passing the Grizzled Outcast, but that's not a huge sign, I don't think. That being said, I think I'm just going to dive on the Victim, just because it keeps us in one color as opposed to 2. But that's close. Travel Prep is a pretty insane card. But I'm going to dive on the Victim here, even though I do kind of like green-white a little bit better than black-red. But that's usually what I want to shoot for here. And wow. Now we've got a pack. Here it's basically between, do we take the Deadweight here to stay on color? Do we take the Brimstone Volley here because it's a better card? Screeching Bat also stays on color, but Deadweight's a better card between those. So it looks like it's between Deadweight and Brimstone Volley here. And I think the safest bet is just to stay on color. Brimstone Volley is definitely better than Deadweight. A good bit better, but still staying on color is important, even though I probably ultimately do want to shoot for black-red. There is another red card, however, and there is no black in here. And there's not really any other picks I really want in this pack, so I think the Into the Maw is definitely the pick here. Hopefully the Brimstone Volley isn't too much of a signal for anyone, but Into the Maw is a little slow, but still pretty good. Alright, here, if we're going to stay aggressive in black, there's Interloper. I have liked this card less, because the fact that it can't block is actually really important in this aggressive format. Like, because, you know, it's even if you're building an aggressive deck, you can still be in that aggressive mirror where you may not always be the beatdown and you really need a blocker and you just don't get it. However, that being said, I mean, the other picks in here aren't too exciting. I'm not taking a Manor Skeleton, Urgent Exorcism, you know, the green cards are okay, and I could, you know, maybe consider black-green, but I'm gonna jump on the Interloper here, I think, and we'll see how it goes. It's certainly a good card if you draw it at the right time. Here, I think I definitely want to take the rare here. The Watchkeep is pretty close here, I think, but if we get a good black-red deck, this Blood Hall is just going to be crazy. It's just a very nice finisher. Basically, all the lands in this format are pretty playable in limited. Some more than others, and this is definitely one of the better ones. It's just it gives you that nice reach at the end of the game. Bit of inevitability. Here, I like the Ironsmith a good bit. He just happens to just push through a lot of stuff that he otherwise shouldn't. The only thing we're giving up is maybe a Desperate Ravings. None of these other cards really pique my interest here, so I think that's fine. It's between a second Ironsmith or a Harvest Pyre. You can pick up more Ironsmiths. These guys are fine too, but I think it's between those two. I think I will take the Harvest Pyre, even though it's not the greatest in this type of deck. It's not bad either. You can use it really early game just to kind of remove one of their dudes. Infernal Plunge is unplayable. Don't really like Stromkirk Patrol. I think I would sooner play an Altar's Reap over a Stromkirk Patrol. Altar's Reap is at least a good sideboard card against a deck that has a lot of like claustrophobias or pacifisms or whatever, so it's not bad. Here we see that Grizzled Outcast wield, which is interesting. So I can either take that or just grab the Feral Ridgewolf. I'm kind of tempted to grab the Outcast because that is kind of... That was like the only other... Oh, well, no. So there was the Travel Prep. That's right, because we didn't take the Travel Prep. So there was a Travel Prep in this pack. So I'll just take the Ridgewolf here. Somebody can get that late gift. Here we'll happily take Blazing Torch over the Ghoul Caller's Chant. Let me sort this here. Here, yeah, I mean, green does seem a little bit open, but somebody did take that Travel Prep, so, you know, somebody's in it at least. And I think, you know, I'm fairly happy with what we grabbed this pack. Spidery Grasp. I guess I'm more worried about Make-A-Wish, maybe. Actually, probably more worried about Frightful Delusion. So yeah, not a bad pack one. We got some removal. We don't have too many impressive creatures yet, but we can get there, I think. I'm just hoping that our player to our left, you know, our immediate left, didn't take that Brimstone and, you know, try to dive into red, because we did pass some red. Well, two saucy rares here. Garruk Relentless. Wow. Okay, so I mean, I have to take the Garruk Relentless just because of its ticket value, I think. And it also is splashable. And this card is just absurd if you get it out. So I think I am going to take it, and there's a decent chance I'll try to splash it. I mean, obviously passing the Noble sucks, and the Ghoul, but yeah. Gonna take it. Wow. Passing a Geist Honored Monk, that's crazy. And there is literally nothing in this pack for us? Wow. Well, if we splash green, yeah, there's still nothing else in this pack for us. I'm just going to take the Geist Honored Monk. What the hell? Just demise it. Here it's between Blazing Torch and Screeching Bat, I think. And I think we need creatures more than we need more removal right now. So I think Screeching Bat is the way to go. Take the Gutter Grime, but no, I'm not going to take the Gutter Grime. Gutter Grime and Stitcher's Apprentice in this pack. That's a combo right there. But anyway, I like the Screeching Bat. I like it better than the other guys. Screeching Bat's just a pretty sweet card overall. Here it's between Crossway Vampires, Pitchburn Devils, and Prey Upon. Again, I think we're doing alright on the removal, so I don't think we need to take the sort of off-color removal and Prey Upon. So I'm not really sure what the pick is between Crossway Vampires and Pitchburn Devils. I really, really like Crossway Vampires in this type of deck, other than the double-coloredness of it. I'm going to hide the monk here. Well, I meant to hide the monk. Alright, the Pitchburn Devils is quite good. But we do need more aggressive small creatures, but maybe we'll wheel the Crossway Vampires. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pitchburn Devils. It's a slightly better card, I think. 2 Rebukes, wow. Those could be pretty mean against us. Also a Pilgrim coming around. A lot of green cards in this pack. A lot of green cards coming around. I'm going to take the Cultist here, though. Yeah, so there's another Crossway Vampire for us. We really don't need another Harvest Pyre. Ironsmith is nice, but I think Crossway Vampire is better for us here. This pack really gives us nothing. I think it's between Scarecrow and Altar's Reap as far as sideboard options. We already have an Altar's Reap. I don't know if I'd ever side into Altar's Reap. I could also hate out something else here, or even take the Spider. Actually, taking the Spider's not bad. I don't think I'll play it, but against like a flyer-heavy deck, I could maybe side it in. I don't know. You know, but we were really kind of only looking for sideboard cards there. You know, some people, you know, my friend was really trying to convince me that Fear of the Bitten is crazy good. I don't think it is. You know, it's just, there is a decent amount of removal in this set that can just, you know, 2 for 1 you so easily. And yeah, I get that it's an incredibly aggressive card, but I don't know, it just still doesn't seem worth it to me. Here, I don't see anything I want. I'll take a Festerhide Boar. Here, I'll take a Grizzled Outcast. Yeah, so green is looking a little open here, whereas we're getting cut in some of our colors. I think we only have 1 vampire, so Vampiric Fury's not going to do it for us. But nothing else is really interesting here. I'll take the Silver Chase Fox, because that's the best blocker against us here. Could take the Foil Land or hate the Bellringer. I'll hate the Bellringer here. Don't think the foil lands are worth much online. Sure, Pure Blood. Sure, Kindercatch. I mean, we've got a few green cards, but I don't think we're gonna hop into green. But we'll see what happens if I get another Garrick. I don't know. Past in Flames is a stupid flashback card, right? Yeah, Rolling Trembler is definitely not what we want in this deck. So there's really not a lot here. So we'll just take the Hound. Unburial Rites is nice, but I don't want to splash another color. LSV would probably take that and try to splash, you know, 4 colors, but I just really don't like doing that in this format. Wow, we could have had 2 Mentors of the Meek. Damn. Instead we're going to get a Watch Keep. Better than the Vampire Interloper, I think. Yeah, we'll take the Watch Keep. And we will happily take the Brimstone Volley, I think. Lots of good cards coming around in all the colors here. But Brimstone Volley is pretty awesome here. A little bit, you know, we should also be on the lookout for cards that combo with the Cultist here. Cultist, there's just a lot of ways you can combo with it. Morbid cards and, you know, cards, Pitchburn Devils, of course, combos with it well. And the card that the Threaten effects combo with it well and all that. We're unfortunately pretty creature-like right now, and that definitely is a problem. But we just getting weird color stuff, like a lot of green. Greens kind of seemed open now, like we're seeing here. But I don't want to cut. Well, what do we have in black that we're playing now? See, I really want the dead weight and the victim of the night, I think, still. If I had, if I had taken the prey upon earlier, I could see jumping into green and cutting the black. But at this point, dead weight, victim of night, and screeching bat are better than the, kind of middling other stuff we have. Though it's pretty close. And like one of these guys could set it over the edge here. Let me see. Outcast, but yeah, doesn't make us much more aggressive. So anyway, I'm gonna take this. Hide green, although we, like I was saying, we may play the, sorry, so we hide the green, although we may play we might try to splash the Garrick just because he's crazy good. This pack, see some more green cards. I'll take the wolf, what the hell. Here we'll take the Ashmouth Hound. So we did kind of get cut out of some of these colors. This pack's just not good at all. I'm really not going to play anything, and I guess the card I don't like the most here, well, I could play the Rotting Fen Snake, actually. Fen Snake isn't the worst, and we do need more creatures. Here it's between Trader's Blood and Ironsmith. I like Trader's Blood with the Cultist, but we really actually just need more dudes, so Ironsmith's good. Here, Scourge, or, yeah, alright, sorry, so let me hide all this stuff again here. Hide the land. Hide the white. Okay. We have a decent amount of creatures at the 2 and 3 drops. So I can probably get away with running the Scourge here. We're kind of heavy on the 5-drop end, but it's okay. I'll take the Harvest Fire. Sure, take a Smite. Can't run Unbreathing Horde, so Boneyard Worm. Ancient Grudge. Frightful Delusion. Okay. Our deck ended up alright. A little wary about splashing Garrick, but he is so insanely good that I kind of don't not want to. But I am also running a colorless land, so I got to think about that for a minute if I'm going to do that. We ended up not getting as many of the good aggressive creatures I like. The Ashmouth Hounds are fine and all that. But let's see how this turns out. Yeah, so there's what we're looking at. I think you could have made an argument that I should have just gotten out of black and gotten into either white or green. I was too excited about this early removal plus this land early on. So I need 2 more cards. Wow, actually more than 2 more cards. Not great. So I'm going to take a Harvest Pyre. Take a Garrick, I guess. And let's see what we want to do with lands here. And unfortunately, Victim of Night is double black. Alright, so we're definitely running less mountains, maybe 9. That's 11. Let's see, so that's 15, 16, 17, something like that. Not super excited about that mana base, but this could be alright. Yeah, I definitely should have cut black or something. I definitely should have switched out of colors there. I think I got too tunnel visioned on the black. For some reason, in the back of my head, I was thinking I had more black, but yeah, looking at it, I definitely, I think, should have gotten out of black and maybe just picked up some more of the aggressive green creatures and stuff. So, oops, but we'll see how this goes. Could still be pretty cool with the Garrick and the Bloodhall and it's still a fairly aggressive deck, but we will see how it goes. I will see you in round 1.